So, welcome guys. For the purpose of this video, we're not going to give away this lovely woman's real name, so we're going to call her Helen. Helen came to us some time ago for some help with her debts. We've got Jennifer here as well, because Jennifer was the one that actually dealt with Helen's case. So we're just going to kind of speak about how the process went, what kind of led up to Helen coming across for help with her debts, how she felt the process was, and that's been 6 months now since Helen's been in a protected trust deed. So we're just going to kind of find the ins and outs about it and just how it's kind of made her feel. So firstly, Helen, thank you so much for coming in today, all the way from Stirling, my neck of the woods. So we'll just go right back to the very start. So at what point did you feel that debt was becoming a bit of a burden to you? Was there a certain point that kind of just you thought, no, this is too much?
It was around about December time, coming up to Christmas. Everything sitting there, basically getting stressed, got to the level where I was right down low. Then, and that's where I decided I need some help. And it was like, I think it was a few videos in, seen them, I need to talk to somebody.
Did you try anywhere else before?
No.
So were you just the kind of first protocol after seeing the videos? What was it about the videos that kind of made you kind of come forward?
When I seen the videos, it was like a friendly atmosphere. It was like everything was all friendly and that. The different videos with the different guys, and I was like, right, there's no harm in contacting them, speaking to them, seeing how they can help me. If they can't, then I can try somewhere else. And basically, I was actually glad I made that first move.
No, good. We're glad you made it as well. So I think you had initially messaged in, and then I had go to Jennifer to give you a call. So can you remember that first phone call?
Right.
Were you nervous?
I was actually nervous then. And actually, after the first phone call, speak to Jen, it was like I had this big weight on my shoulders. Every phone call, every email that we were sending, all the back and forward, it was like the weight was getting lifted. This big weight I had on my shoulders was getting lifted. And then when we got to the end stage, it was like I could do a big sigh of relief. That was me. I could get back on track, basically back on in my life. I was happy enough.
No, good. So when you initially had came across, can you remember exactly how much your debt level was, roughly?
No, because it was quite bad.
I think it was quite bad, but for the purpose of the video, are you happy for me to say how much it was? I think it was roughly about 14, yeah. About 14,000? 14,000. And obviously after speaking to Jennifer, and we'll kind of get to the end stage of what the outcome was with that £14,000. Can you remember how much you were paying towards the debt at the time, or were you making payments?
Some of them were getting payments, and some of them, I was at the stage where I was like, I can't deal with it was actually starting to affect my mental health.
This was you working as well. This is you working as well. So it just goes to show that people that are working and they've got monthly bills and debts with the cost of living and the rise and everything else, it really is, it's hard to survive for people that's even working.
Yeah.
And so you can only imagine people that's maybe made redundant or on benefits, how hard it is for them.
Yep.
I think if I remember correctly, I think you were paying out about half of what your income was.
Yeah.
On your debts.
And then during COVID, that didn't help, because it's like when people are different contracts, I was on a 0-hour contract with different companies and that. And if you don't get the work, you can't pay anything. You can't pay your bills and that. To me, deep down, I think if I hadn't got in contact with you when I did, I might not have even been here. That's how bad it was. You know what I mean? So it's, to me, I would say don't leave it to the last minute. Don't let yourself get to that stage in life where you can't handle it.
Yeah.
Come in, get the help as soon as you can.
It's crazy that you say that as well, because we get a lot of messages and comments. So a lot of people, they see people in debt, but they don't understand, obviously, the mental health side of it, the stress behind it. When it's coming up to payday and you know that 90, if not 100% of your wage is something to go out and either your utility bills, your debts, your food shopping, and there's just nothing left. And we've had so many people say that the same thing, that if we hadn't put out that content or hadn't got in touch, then they might not have been here today. That's kind of what's drove us at the same time to basically keep going, because we've obviously faced our own hurdles as well, and just to keep overcoming them and just make sure that we can get everybody the help.
Yeah.
Jennifer, you're probably the best one to speak to, so can you remember the first initial call?
I do. Did you answer the first call?
I think because I didn't recognise the number. Is it thing of the number? And I was like, and then after that,
Yeah.
I was like, do you know
I think it can be quite scary though, taking the first.
it
initial
was scary, but it's like once you've actually done the first call and that, when I was talking to you, that I was like, see how they can help me. Basically, from the start, we're going doing all these steps. Am I seeing hope here? And am I seeing basically the light at the end of this tunnel?
Yeah.
And then once we got closer, and I was like, I'm getting somewhere. And at the end of that tunnel, when we got to the end, I was like, thank God I can go and do things I can go and enjoy.
I know that when we were doing your case, I know it did go on
Yeah.
quite a few weeks, like, and I know there was at times like with your bank statements and things,
Yep.
like you struggled to download them and things. 'Cause I know the banks aren't all the easiest apps to work on.
No.
But I do remember we kind of went through all that together as well.
We went through all the bank statements and things like that, and then it was the wage slips going back on, and it was like, it was actually really good because every time when we had the phone call, he would say, right, we'll go into your app.
And sit with you and go through it
You would
together.
actually sit on the phone with me while I would go into the laptop, and I would do what you needed.
Yeah.
And you were actually there talking me through all the steps, which is, if I didn't have anybody there, if it was just somebody sending me a letter or an email,
Yeah.
do this or do that, I'd have been just like, send me a letter, goes in the drawer.
Yeah.
But you actually sat there on the phone and you talked me through every bit. You're like, right, Irene, I've got them, I've got that, I've not got this statement, can you actually sat there and went through everything. If I didn't have, basically if it wasn't for you sitting there talking me through it, I mean, I would have just been like, see you later.
A lot of the apps and things, they can be hard to use and to get certain information, and it's not hundreds of information that we ask for, but it's just certain information that we do need. So I'd rather be able to do it with you, because I know myself that if somebody was to phone and say send it over, like you say, it's that you know you can't do it.
Send that in. It's like I'm on my online banking. What did I do?
Yeah.
And you were actually sitting there and you're like, right, and this is how you do it. When it went 2 seconds later, I was like, right, I've got it all. I'm actually really glad that you were actually there on the other end of the phone, sitting by me while I was actually doing what you needed, getting the stuff that you needed. And if it wasn't for that, I would have been like confused.
I think that's an important thing to talk about as well, because a lot of people, when they think they need to send in documents or something like that, they think, right, oh, I don't know how to do it, or maybe too embarrassed to say. But it would surprise everybody even watching this, how many people just don't know how to download a bank statement or where to look in an app, or even with an email as well. I think the amount of folk I've spoke to that don't know how to attach an email, and it might be the simplest thing in the world to me, but it can be the hardest thing to anybody else. So it is important that obviously we do talk everybody through that.
Which is, to me, was a big help. I mean, with Jennifer sitting there and on that phone while I was doing it, I was like, I can actually do this. I actually did this.
So we're learning new skills as well.
I actually felt proud because I could sit there, Jennifer sitting there saying to me what to do, and I actually felt proud because I could sit there and I could say, right, that's it, done that one, done that. I don't know how many screenshots of the bank statement, but it went all the way through and it was like screenshot, and then it was like send an email. But it was a lot off my shoulders, we having somebody there on the phone talking me through the steps that I needed to do, which was, it was good. It was like, felt really good. So it was like.
So after your first phone call with Jennifer, how do you feel the process was right up until till getting approved for your trustee? Did you find it quite smooth? Did you find that she was quite communicative with you?
She was always communicating. If there was anything that they needed, I think we had a problem with, it was either my wage slips or my bank statements, and Jennifer came back and she says to me, and that's when we went on to do the bank statements. Everything went smoothly. For the first phone call all the way through to the end, but to getting approved, everything just went really smooth, and I was like, I could just sit there and I was like, thank God.
Do you feel like you had quite a bit of trust in us, because I know even sometimes I would come on the phone with you and it's not just the debt or creditors that we were talking about. Like,
oh no,
sometimes we spoke about what was happening in our lives. Like,
no, had a lot of trust in it. It was like, for that first phone call, I never had anything to say. I couldn't say that they can't help. They're not going to. I can't put my trust in them for to help me, which is 100%. I could put my trust in that he's helped me, and it was good.
I think that's one of the big things as well, where obviously I've always had it for the start that I wanted to do things a bit differently. So being a director of a company, you'll see a lot of other companies out there. You never ever see the directors. No. You always see either people they either pay to come in, and I always wanted to be original in the sense of I wanted people to come across because they trusted in what I was putting out there, or they felt comfortable within the content as well. Right. So everything was just like organic, and I didn't have to kid on and be somebody I'm not. So I thought if I can just go out there, be me, and just speak about stuff and try and break the stigma around everything, then if people want to come forward for help, then they can. And it has
I think
resulted
that's what drew me more to contacts and use was when I seen all your videos, and that was like, you don't see somebody out there doing that, trying to speak to people and that, and it's like, no. I think that's what drew me more, and it was like, well, they can't help me.
Do you think we were kind of more relatable rather than it just being like an advert?
I seen the fun side of what John, but it was all seriousness as well. So it's like you put the fun into the serious, and I was like, this guy must be stupid or daft or something, but he's trying to get a serious pointer.
It's very reassuring that you say that as well, though, because that was the goal at the start, because debt and mental health is a serious subject. So it's important that we get a serious message out there. But if we can put a fun spin in it and make people smile at the same time and laugh, and then it's absolutely great. Once obviously Jennifer had took you through the full process, and then we had waited on your protected trust deed becoming active, that's now resulted in, at the end of the solution, the end of the solution, I think is it £9,000 you're getting written off? Give or take?
Somewhat. Can't mind.
£9,000 you're getting written off. You should be remembering that, £9,000.
That sounds good.
And I think you were...
That's quite a few months' wages, actually.
And I think Jennifer said as well, obviously, when we done the initial inquiry with yourself, almost half your income was going out to these bills.
Yep.
Where now that's been reduced to... How much has that been reduced to a month now?
130.
132. So for half a monthly income down to 132. How has that helped you?
I can actually go and do things.
Good. See that?
I mean, I can actually go and enjoy Thanksgiving, so it's
treat yourself.
Aye.
No, good.
It is. It's a huge relief, and it's when you see it, you're not having to pay. You're not having to worry about all this, that, the next thing, or the letters and that coming in. All you're seeing is this one coming off. One monthly payment, and it's like, smooth sailing. That's you done. You're away. That's you sorted. I can leave. Name my letters or that for you. I'm good. I'm good to go.
How do you feel in the comparison before contacting us? You said it was starting to kind of affect your mental health a bit. How do you feel your mental health's been since you've entered into the...
It's been good.
Has it been better?
Oh, much better. 100%.
No, good.
100% better. It's like I'm not sitting worrying about letters or phone calls or things like that. I can go to bed knowing that the next morning I'm getting up and I can go and I've got that, it's like that step in me. I can go and do whatever I want. I can go and I'm not having to worry about letters coming, phone calls. That was a big problem.
You can sleep easy at night now?
Aye, well, just no, aye. Sleep easy, because I can actually sleep better at night, because it's like beforehand with mental health and all that, and stress and anxiety and that, and panic and that did all start building up. But then after we got all sorted, and that was like I could relax more. I can enjoy life more. I can enjoy the grandkids more.
Honestly, it's music to all our ears that we managed to help you, and we're glad that you're on your debt-free journey and you're in a much better place financially and mentally. I remember, I think it was a couple of weeks after you had got approved, I don't know how you managed it, but another office we were in, you got past security, right up to the office.
Well, that's what happens when you're in my job. I remember turning around and I'm like,
Right to the door, I was like,
he actually opened
who's that?
He actually opened the door for me. He actually opened the gate for me.
So on camera, spaces, sort your security.
She got through security.
I mean, he actually opened the gate for me and it says bye to me in the bacon.
Aye, honestly, they didn't even let us in half the time.
No.
And then they're just like, any bother, that's fine.
Maybe if I showed them my badge, they'd have been like, all right.
Aye.
But no, I just,
So you had brought us up flowers and chocolates.
yeah, to say thank you.
That were for me, no Jen.
No, they
No,
were for me.
excuse me, the flowers were for Jennifer.
And the chocolate was for me to share with the rest of them.
Yes, that's right.
Listen, I
chocolates.
like a wee flower. I like a wee flower as well. So I tamed them.
Oh, did you?
Jen didn't water them. It was me who watered them and looked after
All
them.
right.
Oh my God, he can't even water his bonsai tree.
I did.
But no, I don't know how I got past. I just walked along. And the security guy actually told me where I was going. I was like, fine.
That was such a surprise though, I think, like,
Aye.
you
We've
coming
always-
in as well.
We've always said it as well. We've always said anybody's welcome to turn up at the office any time, and then
Nobody takes us up on it.
Nobody takes us up on it, and then when you did turn up, it was like, who is that? Who is that? But I know it was lovely, and it was a good feeling for us as well after you had left, because it was like we didn't know you, so just for producing a video that you seen that was relatable to you resulted in you contacting us, you building an amazing relationship with Jennifer and getting the help, you then overcoming the mental health side of stuff, the financial difficulty, and then appearing at the office. And to think if all that middle part wasn't there, you wouldn't know I existed, and vice versa.
No.
And to me, I think that I really think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
These would have just been people that I've seen on videos and things like that. But
Aye.
come in, it's
But no, it's a beautiful thing, and I'm genuinely heartfelt, touched, happy that we could get you the help,
Right.
because we do take great passion and great pride in what
It's
we
like
do.
there's more to it. It's like a relationship you kind of build with your clients
Aye.
as well.
right. It's,
I think a lot of you get some people that sit and watch it and they think, some people think it's just like other companies, it's like, it's just so customer servicey. Like that's the whole point why I started this. We just wanted to stay away from that. We wanted to be unique, wanted to be different. I couldn't dance, I wanted to learn how to dance. I think I can
Still
dance
learning.
now.
Still learning.
I think I can dance now.
oh, you got Jean-Claude Van Damme yet?
I have not met Jean-Claude. No, I met Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh.
I met him at
Oh, do you not bring him in the
Comic
office?
Con in Edinburgh, just so you know that, guys. But I've not got a shout out for him yet. But the cardboard cutout is still in the office.
Is it?
I have a shrine as well, which is great. But do you not like Jean-Claude Van Damme? Who's your childhood hero?
My childhood hero? No,
Or who's your hero to date, apart from me?
who's my hero? Jennifer.
And I did not,
We'll
for the
cut-
record.
we'll cut that
Even
bit.
got to Helen
Right.
to say that.
Susan, can you take the cue cards away?
So good.
I really want to say thank you so much for coming in. We've got Lucia, we're getting some sandwiches, so we can have a wee bite to eat as well. She's taking her time though, I'm starving. But we're going to have more people coming in next week, guys. It is important that as many people share their story as possible. And to anybody out there who is struggling, just know that when you feel the time is right, you can come across and you can speak to Jen, I suppose, and we can just get you the help you need.
We can get you on your debt-free journey.
Thank you, guys.